Welcome back to Movie Scoops. I am your co-host, Karima with
Pernell Marsh. I'm an MC employee and aspiring entrepreneur. And today, we here at Movie Scoops, what we do is we are film trailer specialists.
Yeah.
We look at the film trailers and we tell you based off of that whether you should go see the movie or not. And I say we do a pretty dang good job. So, I just want to say, today we got some very interesting films that we're going to take a look at. We got Sparkle, definitely, a very noteworthy film. We also have The Art of Hip Hop, a documentary that we're going to take a look at, and we have Looper. So, let's start out with Sparkle. Sparkle, a musical. We got Whitney Houston, God rest her soul. And we have Mike Epps. We also have Jordan Sparks. Right? So, we got a pretty good cast. Cast of people. I think this will be a very interesting movie. It'll draw a lot of people just based on the fact of Whitney Houston alone. The scene in the trailer where she's singing in the church kind of reminded me, had this preacher's wife feel to it. And it just kind of gives a great ode to Whitney Houston for this being her last film.
Yes, it does.
Untimely passing. But I feel that it will be a film that definitely puts her in a highlight. Probably won't be like epic like Heath Ledger.
No.
But I definitely think it will be a great way for her to be remembered as a last film. From what I saw just on the trailer, I think that the film will be actually pretty decent. Looking at other films that kind of would compare, like Cadillac Records, Chicago, Rent, other films like that. I believe it'll be all right. I think it'll be a pretty good shape.
I think it's going to be fantastic. Personally, I think it's definitely going to be a great musical. Musicals tend to do very well, because so much is gone into them. If you look at Rent wasn't that good. 8.5 wasn't that good, but Chicago was, and this movie is on the same level as a Chicago. And you got this great cast. You got people who really can sing. You got people who are really funny doing what they do. They hired the right cast to play the parts that they needed to play, and it's a musical that was on Broadway. So definitely, it's a movie to see. I recommend it. I think it's going to be great for any age group that loves to hear music in films.
And it's kind of an ode to like Motown in that era, so I think people will really resonate with that, and just kind of where music came from. So so moving on, just talking about The Art of Hip Hop.
First
documentary, which I personally wanted to put on the list. Well, I'm a hip hop fan. I am a hip hop fan. I know you are.
We are.
We are. And I thought there's been a couple other films that have come out. Kind of looking at hip hop. I thought this one was interesting because it's done and directed by Ice-T.
Okay. Which
is very interesting in itself. But the way it's gonna go around and interview people. You're talking about everyone from Rakim to KRS-One to Nas. I think Ice Cube. So you got a variety of artists that have been in the game, and we're talking about artists that really helped pioneer the game. You have some new artists in there. I believe Eminem may be one of the artists in there. But I think it's a great history lesson, if nothing else in itself. But I feel that we're going to hear some things from these artists that you've never heard before. And you're going to get a real feeling about how they actually, got inspired to do this thing that we call hip-hop, and what really hip-hop is about. I feel today on the radio and from all the music, hip-hop is very convoluted now. And people don't really know what hip-hop was and what hip-hop really is.
I think the title in itself, just documenting the art of hip-hop, they're talking about the artistry and the art behind it, because a lot of consumers, people who are non-hip-hop or hip-hop fans, see hip-hop as very disposable, and this documentary illustrates and compels you to understand that hip-hop is an art form that's here and basically a lot of people have eaten off of it and definitely have survived and actually have grown from it. but hip hop as an art form has not really been discussed as a documentary yet.
Right.
You see Beef 1, Beef 2,
Right.
Beefs and stuff like that, and just like these little tiny documentaries. I think Ice Cube did his homework. I'm sorry. Ice-T did his homework, and literally this movie is great, getting all the great parts of these different hip hop documentaries and putting it into one movie, and at the same time talking about the artistry of it, bringing it to a forefront like jazz is and rock and roll is considered, and country music. So I really again, because it's hip hop and because it's a great documentary, and it's going to be a lot of truth telling and a lot of honesty and a lot of getting excited about hip hop. That's what the trailers did. Got me excited about hip hop more than what I already was. So I recommend this one too.
Cool. And our last film today that we're going to discuss is Looper. Looper, a lot of people don't know about that one, but
Bruce Willis, man, that's all I gotta say. Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis is the truth, all day, every day, best action hero ever.
Okay, we know how he feels about Bruce Willis, clearly. Why don't you go first on this one?
Okay. Looper. You seen The Fifth Element, Off the Chain. Why? Bruce Willis. I'm a hip hop fan, but I'm really a Bruce Willis fan. I love me some Bruce Willis. Like I met him, told him he's the best action hero all time. That's my opinion. It's my opinion, but it's true. Bruce Willis is the truth. Die Hard 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. I hope after he died they bring him back so his body still can play in Die Hard. Okay. I like Bruce Willis. I like the movie. The trailer was compelling. The storyline is good. It's interesting. It's interesting because it's a sci-fi piece, but yet it takes place. It has a backwards forward motion in it, and I don't think you're gonna get confused. I think you're gonna get excited about it. And hey, this year summer movies are gonna be fantastic.
Okay, I'm not gonna go on the Bruce Willis train like you did, but I'm gonna go on the Jordan Gordon-Levitt train.
Okay.
People are sleeping on this kid.
Okay.
I'm telling you, this guy, he gets in a movie, it's like turns gold. Like, this guy is like, he has the Midas touch of picking movies. Like, either that or the directors just know how to pick him. Because this guy, I mean, Third Rock from the Sun, I never watched that show, but but seriously, like, this guy, he got some acting chops, and he is getting in there. I mean, this big couple past years for this kid. I mean, you know, he did Inception, he's in The Dark Knight, now he's going to be in this movie. And, you know, one of the little featurettes that he said this was his favorite movie to have ever done. Okay. That's saying a lot. He worked with Christopher freaking Nolan.
And Bruce Willis. So
hilarious. I feel the kind of the direction of the director, you know, how it's going to be directed, it'll be different. First time director, so a little nervous about that. Okay. But I think it'll be a solid effort from what I've seen. It's solid effort. It looks very exciting. The whole premise, I think it's going to be something just fresh.
More exciting than In Time with just Timberlake. Good idea, destroyed it. Yeah. Anyway, we're not talking about that movie. It's already passed. But I think this as a sci-fi piece would definitely be a solid a buy at the movie, if you can buy it anymore, but definitely a solid buy on the internet. I think it's going to be a good piece. It's like The Fifth Element. It was kind of like a sleeper, and then it came back like but I think it's a great idea. So
to give our scoops for the day,
okay,
I definitely would say that Sparkle, I'm going to give 4 scoops.
I'm going with 5.
Okay. I'm going to say The Art of Hip Hop, I'm going to give that 4.
I'm gonna match you on 4,
okay?
Because it's still a little bit more room that people don't know about hip hop.
Right. And I'm gonna say on Looper, I'm gonna give that a 3.5.
3? Bruce Willis.
I'm gonna give that 3.5. Willis. We got like a little bit of unexpected territory. What do you got?
It's Bruce Willis.
What do you got?
5. 5 and 5. Well, that's the end of our time again at Movie Scoops, and I hope to see you, and we hope to see you back at here for another episode of Movie Scoops. Until then, have a good day.